Hello, it is January 3rd, 2017. Question for you. Did you set a New Year's resolution? Or did you set goals? Or did you do none of the above? Why do most people set a New Year's resolution and never stick with it? Why do most people say they're going to make some changes and usually go back to their typical old habits? Well, there's a saying that I love and believe in is what gets measured gets done. And when we set a New Year's resolution, usually we're saying, I'm going to stop drinking soda, or I'm going to start eating healthier, I'm going to start working out. And when we say those things, we don't have a way to measure. It's usually like we're saying we're going to make a change, and there's this indefinite timeline. So there's no ending, and there's no measurement to it. It's kind of like saying, I'm going to be out on the road in the middle of this marathon. However, I have no end goal line. I have no finish line to my race. And that's why I believe most people don't stick to their New Year's resolutions. However, when you set a goal, and especially if you set a goal that fits the SMART acronym, a SMART goal, that means it will be specific, it will be measurable, it will be attainable, it will be risky, and there's a timeline. You get to measure it, and there's a finish line. And if it's something to the effect of, I'm going to start working out, well, now you get to say maybe I'm going to work out 3 times a week for the next month. Or I'm going to work out 36 times over the next 3 months. Whatever makes sense to you, you can pick a number and you pick a finish line. So you have a start and you know where you're going so you can measure your way to the end. Goals get accomplished if you write them, if they're specific, measurable, attainable, they're risky, and they have a timeline, you can get it done. New Year's resolutions typically wind up in the air. They're short-term, they're short-lived, because you have no end in sight. So create the end. And then if you want to do it again. If you set your goal for a month and you really want to make it sustainable and you want to continue it, set it again the next month and set it again the next month until it becomes a habit. However, if you just make it indefinite, it's really hard to stick to. It's like a huge, big, overwhelming thing. So set bite-sized chunks in specific, measurable, attainable, risky, and timeline goals, and you will make things happen. And I'm going to throw a challenge out there. If you set a goal and you want some accountability, email it to me and I will help hold you accountable. I will ask you where you're at with that goal. So if you don't know my email, it's eromo@peoplesmortgage.com, or if you want to reach out to me by phone, it's 602-989-2939. Let's get those goals. Rock and roll your 2017.